If moving Canoo here was going to be such a great deal, then would Gateway, the bank that the governor had, would it have been worth Gateway providing the funding for that and making the interest off of the loan? Would that loan have gone through? Would they have been given that money? And if the answer is no, then why in the world are we even entertaining writing them a check out of the taxpayers' coffers that we've disguised as the governor's quick action closing fund? It doesn't make any sense at all. Last fall, the company Canoo asked several of its employees out of California to come to the state of Oklahoma. Reluctantly, there were several of them that did, just in time to meet the requirements under the Oklahoma City agreement to qualify for the incentives that Oklahoma City was going to write them a check for. Without that move, they wouldn't have qualified for those incentives. They filed for bankruptcy later. And at the end of the third quarter, Canoo had 121 employees based on the records that we had here at the state. I don't have numbers on what we had during the fourth quarter, but we knew that some more employees had moved to Oklahoma during that time. In the third week of January, 71 of the Canoo employees had filed for unemployment benefits, which is more than half. More than half of the Canoo employees that we know about filed for unemployment. The following week, there were only 63, so it's starting to taper off. And then the following week, there were only 51. And what that tells us is that that unemployment benefit wasn't enough to keep them here, so they probably moved back out of state. But I think what this does is it uncovers an issue where this entire project was funded by taxpayers to move a company here that had absolutely no business in business, didn't deliver any product at all, cost us millions of dollars, both as a city and a state. And then because they weren't viable and because they wouldn't have passed a credit check to receive that money from a private institution to begin with, their employees, some of their employees, about half of them, had to file for unemployment benefits, at least for some length of time. Tell me how this is a good deal.